In today's video, I'm going to show you a really simple and effective way to use looping. Now, I use this technique in every one of my DJ sets, and I'm going to show you so you can use it too. Now, without further ado, let's jump on the controller and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So the technique that I'm going to introduce to you today is all about using loops over build-ups of other tracks in order to enhance the anticipation, further build the suspense ahead of a drop. Lots of DJs actually do this, and on the main stage they are often given an effects unit by Pioneer called an RMX 1000, I believe. Now this actually has a built-in drum sampler which features kick drums, snares, etc. So you can do little drum loop rolls and stuff, and a lot of DJs will do this over the build-up of a track. But you can achieve something very, very similar just using loops. Okay, so I've got a couple of tracks loaded up here. Imagine this is going to be the track on the right-hand deck that's playing out to the crowd. And what I'm going to show you is the theory behind it without this track playing first and foremost. So what you want to do is effectively find a track with a drum sample. Now it could be a kick, a snare, whatever you want really, whatever sound you want to introduce into this build-up, okay? So I've just got this track on the left-hand side here, and I'm going to sample the kick drum. So what you want to do is basically find a one-beat loop. So there we go, we've got our one-beat loop. You want to beat match that to the track that is playing out to the crowd, and then tighten that loop to really build that anticipation and suspense using these loop call buttons. And then you can apply some filters and things like that. And then what you want to do as soon as this track drops is you want to cut this audio straight away. So you literally just bring the fader down, because what you don't want is this to be playing while everyone's singing along to the drop, if it's a vocal house track, or dancing away. It's just going to sound very, very confusing, but it works very effectively during the build-up. And that is effectively all you are doing. As I mentioned, a lot of big DJs will do this using the RMX 1000, which is the Pioneer effects unit. I think that's what it's called. Basically, that has a little drum sampler in it, and you can do loops using the drums built into that. But if you don't have access to that, because it's literally only really provided on festival stages and big nightclubs, then this is just an effective way of effectively getting the same effect. I've just used the word effect a lot of times there, but this basically does the same thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you an example now. So imagine that this is the track playing out to the crowd. And then we're going to use this in the second build-up of the track. So first and foremost, we're going to beat match the two tracks with that one beat loop, and then, well, you'll see everything in practice here. Hopefully you can follow along. So let's hit play. Imagine this is playing out to the crowd. Important to note that I'd be doing this in the headphones with the first track. So there we go. Obviously, some of that would be done in the headphones. Like, you wouldn't be beat matching with this volume half up. I would be doing that in the headphones. It was really for this demonstration to show you my process. So ahead of the build up of this second track, I was beat matching the one beat loop to this to make sure everything was in time. Quantize is switched on for this, just to let you know. And then during the breakdown, I was slowly introducing the one beat loop on here. I was removing, I was adjusting that one beat loop to a half and then to a quarter to create the intensity through the breakdown and the build up to the next drop, and then applying some filter before removing that effect. So there we have it, a really simple and effective way in which you can use looping in your DJ sets. As I mentioned at the start, I use this in every one of my DJ sets personally, and a lot of big name DJs are using this. However, they have the luxury of the effects unit that is on the stage, the RMX 1000, but you can create something very similar using loops. Just use what you have got available. It adds to that anticipation during the build up, it adds to the suspense before a drop, and it really can make for some extra intensity and hands in the air moments. Hope that you have found this video useful. Please do give me a thumbs up if you have made it this far. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll catch you in the next one.